Hey, look, it's Cassie.
Hey, look, I don't know.
Hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi, please.
This is Cassie Jo Stoddard, and in just a couple of hours, her friends behind the camera who were just filming her are going to kill her.
And we're going over today, Nixon's house. We're gonna go snoop around over there and try to see if she's home alone or not. If she's home alone, splat! She did.
And this is just one of the 4 cases from this video where killers record their victim hours before murder. Starting with the case of Brian Draper.
Fortunately, we have the grueling task of killing our 2 friends. And they are right in a house just down the street.
Brian Lee Draper and his best friend, Torey Michael Adamcik, were both 16-year-old juniors at Pocatello High School. The duo was obsessed with horror movies and murder, so much so that they would only wear black to honor the Columbine school shooter. The two developed a close friendship where they would foster their dark and violent tendencies. But on the outside, no one knew what the two were really like. Brian was popular in his high school and was even a part of his high school soccer team. He had many friends, one of whom was 16-year-old Cassie Jo Stoddard, a well-rounded and trustworthy girl and an aspiring attorney who would unfortunately fall victim to Brian's evil obsessions. Brian secretly had a crush on Cassie and was just about to ask her out. When Cassie and Matt started dating, it hit Brian like a punch to the gut. To him, it was just another confirmation of what he already feared, that he was a loser.
Did you have a crush on her a little bit?
I did, and I was about to ask her out,
Okay.
but then Matt did. I always thought that they were bad in a couple, you know, because he likes to smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, and Cassie hates it too.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassie's against doing drugs, and I'm against doing drugs, and Cassie's against doing, like drinking alcohol and stuff, and I am too.
Right.
And I met her before Matt, and I was gonna ask her out and stuff, and then he just moves on, and
he ends up with her.
yeah.
So,
But that's cool because they're happy together.
I mean, did he tell you about having sex with her?
I remember.
Did he brag about that?
I remember I went to the bathroom when I was at their house, and there was a condom wrapper in the toilet, and then I asked him about it, and he said that I had sex with her, you know, before he came.
Did he talk dirty about her? Or?
No.
No.
So to make you a little bit uncomfortable when you guys watch the movies with it kissing and stuff like that, it was like, do I have to do that in front of me?
I guess it's kind of like that, yeah.
Okay. So what about Torey? Did Torey have a crush on her too? I mean, you guys kind of both like her a little bit?
No.
Okay.
No, he was more friends with her than...
Okay.
Ever since Cassie and Matt started dating, Brian and Torey became fixated on harming either one of them. And once the two found out that she would be home alone on September 22nd, they thought that it was the perfect time to strike and decided to record the whole thing.
We're here in his car. The time is 9:50, September 22nd, 2006. Unfortunately, we have the grueling task of killing our 2 friends, and they are right in a house just down the street.
We just talked to them. We were there for an hour. But
We checked out the whole house. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I unlocked the back doors, so it's all locked. Now we just gotta wait, and yeah. We're going for a high death count.
we're not going not to get caught, Ryan. If we're going for guns, we're just going to end it. We're just going to grab the guns and get out of there, kill everybody and leave.
We're going to make history. We're gonna make history.
For all you FBI agents watching this, you weren't quick enough.
You weren't quick enough, and you weren't smart enough. And we're going over today, Nixon's house. We're gonna go snoop around over there and try to see if she's home alone or not. And if she's home alone, splat! She did.
Don't put your humor into this, Brian.
I'm not putting any humor into it. We're gonna go to the church over there, and we're gonna call a girl and a guy named Cassie and Matt. They're our friends, but we have to make sacrifices. So I feel tonight it is the night, and I feel really weird, inside my stomach and stuff, and I feel like I want to kill somebody.
Throughout the whole vlog, the two kept joking about the crime they were about to commit and even tried to justify it by saying things like, murder is only wrong because it's illegal and socially unacceptable. From the haunted footage alone, it seems like they had no regard for human life and thought of themselves as better than everyone else. They even went as far as to brag about the crime to the supposed FBI agents watching. As the recording continues, we get even more insight into the so-called justifications of two soon-to-be killers.
I feel we need to break away from normal life.
How bright is this light?
Because, let's put it this way. Parents, along with their parents, and so on, taught them about God, Jesus, the whole bullshit line. I'm sure you guys believe in God as well. I realized when I was in 7th grade, you don't believe in Santa Claus or vampires or werewolves. They're used to metaphor not to let, they teach their kids back in the 1800s, I learned this in English class, about telling their kids that you can't go outside or a vampire will get you, just to make their kids stay and do what they want to do. God is basically the same way.
Yep.
Trying to get people to do good, or else, so-called, you go to hell.
And we're obviously going to hell if it's real, but you know what, who gives a shit?
Yeah, and why would you
but
say
it's not real? It's not
right?
real, because it's so blatantly obvious it's not real, but
People believe it because their parents teach them, and so it's so hard for them to let go of it because they've been taught their whole life. They're also taught that things like killing people and other thing is wrong. The only thing that it's wrong about is because it's breaking the law, and the law is only wrong. The law
natural selection, dude.
Because
natural selection. That's all I gotta say.
There should be no law against killing people. I know it's a wrong thing, but hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
Exactly. Goodbye, camera.
The two had been planning the murder for a long time and knew that Cassie would be home alone at her aunt's house, as she was housekeeping for them. They drove down to her place and waited for her aunt and uncle-in-law to leave. Once the two were positive she was home alone, they donned clothing inspired by Ghostface, went inside, and began stabbing Cassie. They stabbed her several times in the chest, arms, and abdomen before running away and recording this.
Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like fucking real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up, we gotta get our act straight.
Cassie's lifeless body was discovered 3 days later when her aunt came back, and after 3 more days, the investigators arrested Brian and Torey in connection to the murder. However, after being arrested, Brian quickly changed his story by telling police that it was all supposed to be a joke and that he didn't even stab Cassie. That it was Torey who took things too far and went ahead with a plan. He agreed to take them to the woods where they hid all the evidence, which is where the investigators found the tapes. Both Brian and Torey were charged with first-degree murder and after a trial were sentenced to mandatory life in prison without the possibility of parole. In this case, Cassie was betrayed by her classmates. But in this next story, the twisted mind of a stalker is revealed to be living right next door to his soon-to-be victim. On June 30th, 2011, a 27-year-old law student, Lauren Giddings, suddenly went missing. Having recently graduated from Mercer Law School, Lauren was about to take the bar exam and was on track to fulfilling her dream of becoming a defense attorney. Unfortunately for her, while she was on track for making a successful career for herself, she was also being stalked by a predator. Lauren told her family and close friends not to contact her for a few days while she was preparing for her bar exam, so her disappearance didn't really spark any suspicion initially. But as days passed with several unanswered calls, everyone started worrying for her well-being. A missing persons report was filed for Lauren, and as the news started to spread, her friends and family desperately searched for her. On the morning of June 30th, investigators arrived at Giddings' apartment to perform a search of her home. But after detecting a foul odor, they decided to search the dumpster near the apartment. It was there that investigators found 2 trash bags. Inside were the dismembered remains of Lauren. A luminal test taken in the apartment would reveal a grisly scene with blood in the bathtub, showcasing a truly horrifying murder. As the investigation continued, authorities questioned any known contacts of Lauren. But when the crime got more media attention, local news outlets began picking up the story. But there was one man that garnered the attention of police solely because of his strange behavior: Stephen McDaniel.
Person that was living there?
Yeah, Lauren was my neighbor. We're just trying to find out where she is at this point. I mean, no one has seen her since Saturday. I mean, the last time anyone heard from her was an email that she sent out, and I mean, no one's heard from her since.
Did you see her hang out with anyone at the time or anything like that?
I mean, no one has seen her since Saturday. I haven't seen anything. I mean, you always hear noise outside, but it's just people walking by pretty much. One of her friends had a key. We went inside and tried to see if there was anything amiss, but I mean, she had a door jamb that was sitting right by it, so there was no sign that anyone broke in. I mean, the door was locked when everyone got here. I mean, we just don't know where she is.
What about in the parking lot area? I know they've been doing a lot of, I think that's where they have recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body?
Had you seen anything there? Had you seen anything there? I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. So that's how we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay.
The sudden change in his demeanor could mean two things. He was either in shock for such a strange discovery, or he was hiding something far more sinister. But one thing is for certain, it was this video that led detectives to consider taking a closer look into Stephen, making him their prime suspect. He was soon brought into the interrogation room for an interview. However, throughout the whole interrogation, Stephen stayed eerily still and totally silent, even though he was pretty keen to talk to the media before.
All right. I just gotta ask you a few more questions. Okay. You came down earlier tonight, me and you talked, all right. You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
No.
That's just you are. What's wrong? You know I'm Detective Patterson, right?
Yes.
Do you remember, put your hands up here, you remember us talking earlier tonight, right?
Yes.
You remember me earlier in the day?
Yes.
When we came down here and talked a little bit and then we left?
Yes.
Okay. I need to know about this girl right here. You know her?
Yes.
Who is that?
Lauren Giddings.
Does she live next door to you?
Yes.
When's the last time you seen her?
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Was you friends with Lauren?
Yes.
Look at me when you talk to me, son. Okay? Was you friends with her?
Yes.
Close friends?
We were good.
I mean, y'all were friends, right? Both of
Yes.
y'all are law students. You're studying to be an attorney, right?
Yes.
What kind of law do you want to go into? Criminal law?
Yes.
Civil? Is that what you want to do for a living?
Yes.
Okay.
From this point on, Stephen tried his best to maintain eye contact with the investigator while remaining completely still. Throughout the whole interrogation, there were several inconsistencies with what he was saying, and it was clear that Stephen didn't want to talk to the officer, only responding with mainly yes, no, or I don't know.
What do you think happened to her?
I don't know.
Do you even care that no one can find her?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, do you?
Yes.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Did you think Lauren was your girlfriend?
No.
While this interrogation was ongoing, the detectives turned his apartment upside down. Inside, they found that he somehow had a master key to get into any room in the complex, and a pair of underwear proved to be Lauren's. But that was only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the horrifying discoveries made inside his apartment. The search turned up many suspicious things, including child pornography, several condoms, and a hatchet. But what raised the eyebrows of the investigators the most was Stephen's search history, where they found that he'd been stalking Lauren's social media and watching violent pornography. The more the officers searched through his apartment, the more they realized that Stephen had been obsessed with Lauren for a long time. But the thing that sealed Stephen's fate were Lauren's video clips that he had recorded secretly. Stephen was charged with first-degree murder and agreed to take a plea deal to escape the death penalty. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Stephen sealed his fate the moment he decided to step in front of the camera and fake innocence. But in this next story, the assailants don't bother faking their innocence. They recorded themselves bragging to police. On August 11th, 2022, two suspects, 27-year-old Antonetta Stevens and her sister, 17-year-old Janine Gonzalez, would come across Ashley Bocanegra at an apartment complex. But this wouldn't be a friendly, neighborly encounter, because moments after running into her, Antonetta and Janine would viciously attack Ashley for supposedly having an affair with Antonetta's fiance, Daniel Gonzalez. After the incident, an apartment complex employee who saw the attack called 911 to report the disturbance.
It was two girls fighting, and she's really bloody. I can see the blood from where I'm at. They're fighting on the street.
After receiving the call, the Gwinnett Police Department hopped into action and began taking statements.
This girl, she came to my house. She's been sleeping with my fiance. She works over there. She's his manager, and she keeps on forcing him to have sex with her after he been cut it off, or she's gonna fire him. And we ended up fighting right there because she approached my home. This is my home. She lives all the way over there.
Okay, is everybody in the house right now?
Oh, just me. I'm the only one at fault. Just me. The girl, she left.
Is your sister involved?
My sister?
Yeah, is she?
No, that's my sister-in-law.
Is she involved?
She was there.
Are you two arguing? Or you guys?
No, we're not arguing.
Okay, so let's go inside.
The female that he's been sleeping with.
Him?
Yes, my fiance that I've been with for 5 years.
Okay.
We moved here together from up north. He works at Floor and Decor. He's been sleeping with his manager.
And that's who was here?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've been feeling it for some time now.
Okay.
Yesterday I'm walking to Quick Trip. I see them walking together. And you're a woman, you know our intuition. I know that's the girl. I seen her, we argued yesterday, he broke it up, it was fine. This morning now, she's calling, text him, saying that she's gonna be coming here. I waited for her.
It's clear that Antonetta was trying to paint herself and her fiancé as the victims by claiming that the woman she assaulted forced her fiancé to have sex with her on several occasions. But what the officers didn't know by now was that Janine had recorded the attack, and what they would soon see would show just how violent the attack was.
Yeah. Get off me.
Say hi to Daniel.
Get off me.
Wanna get f***ed up?
Get off me.
Get off my hair, I'm gonna f*** you up.
Let me go then. Get off me.
Say hi to Daniel.
Get off me.
Say hi to Daniel.
Get the f*** off me.
You know he said I could come out here and f*** you up, right?
Okay, good.
You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
He's in the house with our son.
Hey, wow.
He said I could f*** you up. Yep, this is what we do. If I get mad and he knows I'm leaving, he feels sad. He says, I'll let you f*** her up. That's what I'm doing.
A few moments later, CCTV captured the victim, 30-year-old Ashley Bocanegra, stumbling as she walked back to her apartment. After a few hours, Ashley still had difficulty breathing and was taken to the hospital by her fiancé. But by the time she arrived, she'd quickly be given a ventilator as she was unable to breathe on her own. Unfortunately, the severe beating led to internal bleeding and other injuries, which led to her death. This meant that the case had just gone from an assault to a murder. So the officers went back to Antonetta and Janine to break the news and dig a little deeper.
I know, that was the girls that were walking. They went to Quick Trip. Hey, I'm Detective Carter with Gwinnett County Police. Are you your internet?
Yes, hi.
Hey, this is Detective Poppy or Sergeant Poppy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
We know that there was like an incident that happened earlier today. Has anyone called you about it since?
No. Was somebody supposed to?
Well, we just got another call about it. So I guess the girl went to the hospital and she died.
She died?
She's dead. So, but we know that there was like an altercation that happened beforehand.
And that was mutual and she came here.
Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah.
So, but because of it.
I wasn't going to kill anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
I get it.
Yeah.
But because of that, we have to kind of talk to you guys and get a more formal statement.
Sure, okay. Wow, I'm so sorry about that. That was not my intention. I've been mentally going through a lot. I have bipolar depression and I'm just going through a lot right now, and you know, I came here from up north with my fiance. That's him.
Hey.
I came here with my fiance. Yeah, so I came
Are you
here,
the sister? His
yeah,
sister? Okay.
Sister. I came here with my fiance to start a new life, buy a house, everything like that, and I never expected him to basically cheat on me with someone at the workplace. You know what I'm saying?
So we would like to get like a formal statement, so we're going to ask that you come up to our headquarters and talk to us.
It's just right up the street.
Okay. All right.
I hear kids. Is there someone else here that can... Is there someone here with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
After speaking with the officers, Antonetta and Janine were taken to the police station to make formal statements. Once there, the two were placed in separate rooms, giving the officers a chance to speak to them individually, hoping that way they share some details that would help them get to the bottom of this.
You know, they're arguing or whatever. So, my brother, him being a man, cheats. Like always, you know, he's feeling less than, he thinks it's okay to cheat, so, you know. He tells me who's he cheating with and stuff. Now, me and my stepsister, I mean, not my stepsister, my sister-in-law, we're very close, like, so close, like, you understand. Like, she's more of a sister to me than my brother's a brother to me, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very
So,
close.
like, we're very close.
Yeah.
So, once he told me, I was just like, ooh, I just tell her.
It's girl code. You have
Yes,
to.
right? So, especially when, right after he told her, after he told me what he was doing, he wanted to do it with her. So I was just like, I'm about to tell her. 2 days prior before this day, we were just chilling, she was working, and Daniel did something to her to make her upset. So we were talking or whatever. And I was just like, oh, I forgot to tell you. No, I didn't forget, but that's still, you know. So I was like, told her what happened. He explained, cheated or whatever. She was like, oh, really? She's upset or whatever. I was like, don't tell him that I told you because he's going to be mad at me.
Right.
Okay, so after that, he explained how the girl looked to me though. And, you know, curly hair, Puerto Rican, skinny girl. So I was like, alright. So then I explained it to Antonetta. So the next day after that, we went to the store. Last night. We went to the store last night and we were walking the Quick Trip. Quick Trip is right there, you know.
I know, I saw y'all walking earlier.
Yeah.
I thought that was you guys.
Okay, so we walked to Quick Trip. As we're walking to Quick Trip, the both of them are walking together from Quick Trip. So they're just now leaving and we're just now coming. So Antonetta is like, is that Daniel walking? So now she runs to him like, who is this? So he's like, oh, it's my worker or whatever. Mind you, before we walked to Quick Trip, we asked him, when you go on your break, can you take us to the store? He said he couldn't leave on his break. So when we saw them walking, it was like, you just said you couldn't leave on your break, now you walking with her to the store?
It's clear from the interrogation that Janine had no remorse for taking someone's life and laughs as she told the detectives that she was the one who spilled about the affair. Both Janine and Antonetta were charged with felony murder and aggravated battery. Both of them pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and were sentenced to 20 years in prison. While Antonetta may have had a motive to kill Ashley, the next assailant just killed someone out of spite.
I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do and you choke me.
On February 24th, 2020, the Orange County Sheriff's Office received a call from 42-year-old Sarah Boone, who told police that she had found her boyfriend, George Torres, dead inside of a suitcase. When police arrived, she told them that George and she were playing hide and seek when she zipped him up in the suitcase, went upstairs, and accidentally fell asleep. Sarah claimed she was innocent and that the whole thing was just an accident. But when detectives began investigating, they find horrifying video evidence that would showcase the actions of a cold-blooded killer.
What is the location of your emergency? 4748 France Court, apartment 3. 4748, what's the street name? France, F-R-A-N-T-Z. And the apartment number? 3. Is this a police or medical? My boyfriend is dead. Okay, send a line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Fire rescue. That's the location, Mercy.
Desk 32.
No,
please don't leave. 4748 France Lane, apartment 3. France Court. My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No. He's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah, okay,
but nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay, listen to me. There's a defibrillator, but I need you to get it for me, okay?
What is it?
You have an AED available?
No.
All right, are you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay, lay him flat on his... Okay, ma'am, listen. So listen, is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff.
Right, okay. All right, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows, okay.
Yes, I did.
All right, okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right, okay, listen. Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him, okay? All right? Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay, ma'am.
Please! Okay, he just gurgled.
After Sarah speaks to 911 operators over the phone, police arrive at her residence, where they get a more detailed account of what happened that night George passed. But this information is just the beginning and will only lead to more questions from the detectives.
Like, he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase, okay?
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys. I tried giving you CPR. The problem is I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning. When I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him, and I took him out. I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband? Or your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay.
While talking to the officer, Sarah shares her side of the story, but the story alone wasn't enough evidence to draw any conclusion. So the officer asked Sarah to hand in her phone, which she gave both verbal and written permission to go through. Doing this unknowingly gave detectives evidence that the police would inevitably use to charge her with the murder of George Torres. Because in the haunting video, an intoxicated Sarah can be heard laughing and mocking George during his last moments alive.
Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah. Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Sarah, I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me. Sarah. Sarah.
The video, as chilling as it is, contradicts what Sarah told the detectives. Not only is George not having a good time, but he is literally begging her to let him out while Sarah mocks him. After this video was recorded, Sarah apparently went upstairs to sleep, and it wasn't until 12 hours later that she realized that he was still in the suitcase. But by that time, it was too late, and as an autopsy would soon reveal, George was in severe pain in the final moments of his life, all while Sarah was resting upstairs. With this newfound evidence, the detectives realized there was more to this case than an accidental homicide, so they called Sarah in for questioning to find out exactly what happened.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
How would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
absolutely
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Sarah tells the officers that the two were having a great time that night. However, when the lead detective shows her the video, her whole demeanor changes.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
No.
No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that. It's that long?
2 minutes.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
Fuck you. That's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Yeah, that's when you do it. You choke me.
I don't want to watch it, please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had 2 fingers hanging out.
I flipped him over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's 2 different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
it was flipped up.
Right. It was flipped up normal.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image, it's upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
But not intentional.
Judging by the tone of her voice, Sarah still doesn't know how much trouble she's actually in. She was arrested and charged with second-degree murder, and after a lengthy 4-year-long trial, was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.